Greetings, Earthlings. Welcome to my channel, Pterozactyl. I'm Zac, I'm a clairvoyant psychic, and I share my gift to bring out the best in yours. In this video, I did things a little differently. I went ahead and drew all of the cards, a whole bunch of them in advance, so there actually are piles to choose between today, and I really liked this style, so if you did too, leave a comment below. There are 3 piles to choose between. Before you do, make sure you make an effort, ground your energy, because when you ground your energy, it gives us the best chance to link up in time and space, so that I can pull through the most useful information. Light a couple candles, turn the lights down low, take a couple deep breaths. That'll look a little different for everyone. Once your energy is grounded, choose between the piles intuitively, and I will meet you at your reading. What's up, Pile 1? I hope you guys are doing so well today. I'm going to be doing your reading a little bit differently. I drew a bunch of cards in advance, and I did a practice round this morning. I just read for myself doing this style, and it was a lot of fun. It really made me divine a lot more, and so I'm going to just try this out. So, like I said, all of the cards are drawn in advance. I haven't looked at any of them. I just selected a bunch of decks ahead of time, whichever ones I felt drawn to. So, we're going to figure this out together. Sorry if you can hear a lot. I feel like, I have the window open, and the breeze is so nice. It's so weird here in Southern California. There's like a second spring every year that starts around October. Everything starts to green up again after the summer, and it's just like, it's fall for like 2 weeks, and then it's spring again. So, the breeze, it feels amazing outside, that's why. If things are loud, oh geez, we do our best. So here are our tarot cards. We'll take a look at those later. I'm going to start with this card. Trust the niggle. What's the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Okay, I knew that was going to come out. Tsunami, wake up call. Ooh, that is exactly the same energy. Curious. Okay. Don't be fearful of this. I don't know. I don't like that this artist chose those words because it gets way too drab. I feel like we have a lot more power over our situations than that. So right away, I'm working with you guys on whatever this message is going to be about. Endurance. Okay. Sextile with opportunity. That's good. All right, let's just read these real quick. Collaborates, assists, explains, provides opportunities, synergizes, creates possibilities for, opens doors, promises, brings insight to, communicates, welcomes, and develops. The animal spirit guide is the Black Panther. That's so weird, you guys. I know it must be funny to hear me like freak out sometimes. I predicted both of these cards coming out. I don't know why. And there's all this really, really dark black energy, and I went and grabbed my messages from the void box intuitively as well. That's so curious. Okay, well, now what are your tarot cards? Yeah, I knew there was something good about this. Oh, I love that. Okay, so if right away, I love to relay this message. If any of you have a grandmother in spirit, she is here to tell you that she's very proud of your progress on this life path. At the very least, it's just a little bit of a hello from a grandmother in spirit. We have the Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Ooh, I have not been getting any cup cards, so very curious. That feels almost like 2 different messages. Let me see if we're like all in camera. Yeah, for the most part. No, it's not going to look super beautiful because these cards are all such different sizes. So, okay, let me just take a peek. The first thing I'm definitely getting is this card right here. Trust the niggle. What's the niggling feeling trying to tell you? To be underscored by tsunami and wake up call, there's definitely something that we need to bring to our awareness, okay? Oh, wow. There's 2 emphases on the lion, too. And you also have another power cat, which is the Black Panther. Very curious. Very powerful energy going on here. Very alchemic for some reason is coming through. So there's definitely something that you've been avoiding. Okay, that's the deepest that I see this going. There's something that you've been avoiding, trying not to look at, trying not to make a decision about. You know it's time to do this, to not do this anymore is also the energy of trust the niggle. There's definitely something you guys are trying to sort of like put on the back burner indefinitely. But if you look, this figure right here, she's covered in the most gorgeous kind of lilac color. That color is a spiritual color. I think that light pink and lilac are the most spiritual colors. So there's definitely something that you know about. The purple color talks about the third eye. So it's definitely on your spiritual radar, so your intuition, okay? And for some reason, real quick, I have to relay the fact that this Black Panther is so dark it's purple. Okay, so there's definitely something that you guys are aware of, but we've been trying to like color it something else, right? Trying to color it something else. What I just heard is that making this black and white is actually making it more frightening than it needs to be. So the only thing in color right here is this figure right here who's holding her stomach. And the stomach is like our intuitive center. It's where our power is. And you have this card of endurance as well. And I just felt like there was a very powerful vibe to these cards that are on the table right now. So the solar plexus and the sacral chakras are being highlighted here. So just a real quick message for someone here. I definitely think that you could benefit from listening to some binaural beats. You can go onto YouTube and just search sacral chakra meditation music. You could try foods that are yellow or orange. I think that's important. I'm not a person really to sit down and like do a meditation on YouTube, but I will say that when I feel the need to really absorb some good sacral energy or solar plexus, I like to put it on in the background. You'll have to pick and choose which sounds the best. You'll feel it in your stomach, but having that on in the background while you're at home doing something, maybe even cooking, just being meditative, is useful. For some reason, I'm not trying to tell you guys to go sit down and do a sacral chakra meditation, but having that music on in the background would be very useful. So there's something that's blocking your power, though. Something that you know you need to do, something you know you need to cut away, something you know you have to address. There's something that has to be addressed. And the time is now. That's what I'm getting with this tsunami wake-up call. And what I feel like is that, sorry, I'm being interrupted. Spirit is showing me the fact that there is a masculine figure putting this line in a chokehold. And there is a feminine figure very, very gently putting her hands on the lion's mouth as if to close it. I'm also recognizing that the tongue is exposed from the lion on both of them. That's very interesting. Wow, and I'm also recognizing that there's an 8 here and there's an 8 here. That's extremely interesting. Okay, so 8 must be significant to you guys. There's something very interesting about both of those cards. This masculine, we have nothing but rocks. Very, very bland, very almost gray sky in his approach. Over here, we have nothing but beautiful life. There's a golden sky, blue mountains in the distance. She's got flowers all around her. The green landscape is popping as well. So there's something about your approach right now. Approach. There's this, the message right now seems to be about the balance between masculine and feminine energy. Okay? So I feel like you've almost been standing smack dab in the middle, where nothing is happening. And we're afraid to choose A or B. A masculine driven approach, a feminine receptive approach. And I'm hearing that, that could be this right there. Here's our masculine approach. Here's our feminine approach. And we're like ignoring our intuition. And that's why we have the moon, a full moon, not a sickle moon, not a waxing, waning moon, but a full moon obscured by clouds. And so it's almost like avoiding this is going to color other things. It's going to block further spiritual development, and it's going to block intuitive hits. So there's a message that's coming through is when you ignore your intuition, it gets quieter. And it becomes less accessible to you. Yeah, and there are lights here by the stomachs of both of these individuals right here, and I made a comment about her holding her stomach, okay? So I think that some of you could be suffering from physical ailments. I'm not a doctor, my boyfriend is. I studied health psychology a lot as well. But I'm not a doctor YouTube, so don't come after me. But there is a message here about your stomach. It's when your gut bacteria is off, when you put things in your body that you probably shouldn't indulge in, it colors your world. I am extremely sensitive to water. And when I don't drink this very highly purified water, I suffer. And it totally changes my attitude. It changes my mood. And that's just water, let alone, highly processed foods, okay? And there are things that I know I shouldn't eat, like dairy, for example, milk and cheese. I indulge sometimes, especially around the holidays. But just recognize that you're an extremely sensitive being. It's just sometimes on Earth, our edges are worn off, okay? And we ignore things. And then we just keep ignoring them to the point where we think that that's the norm. But then things become way too confusing and everything becomes almost black and white and loses color, okay? So there's something that you're ignoring right now, and if you continue to do this, it's just going to cause unnecessary strife. But what I'm hearing, that message I got early on was this is not something that's going to come in and shock you. Okay, I don't see the tower anywhere. I see really beautiful cards. I'm ignoring this energy because it's kind of too much right now. I've never done this before. There's so many cards on the table. It's a lot. You can imagine. Sorry. Anyways, that message I was getting was it's not a bad thing, especially when you have 10 of Pentacles and sextile with opportunity. However, it can't come in. Nothing can move if you're not moving, right? And it's almost like you work in extremes, pile one. I think that's true. You're all or nothing. Okay, you're all drive or you're all feminine approach. And I think that there's a balance in between there. There's a nuance, right? Life isn't black or white. We live in the middle. We live in the gray. We live in the nuance in between. So there's something that needs to be brought to light, and we just got to make that decision. We just got to, because right now it's preventing us from moving forward. Now, for others of you, you sense that there's a sea change about to occur. You sense there's a sea change. You sense that there's something coming to move things in your life. Now, I don't want you to be afraid of the void. That's what the Black Panther represents, the void, the unknown. Or the unknowable as well. So the future, but the future is filled with opportunity, opens doors, is popping, provides opportunities is popping as well. And it also says creates possibilities for. All of those are open door energies. It's not saying this door closed, now you have to suffer the shock and pick up the pieces and move on after that. No. With the 10 of Pentacles here, there is an opportunity that is pure and grand in essence. It's good. Okay, is what I'm trying to relay here. There's no strings attached. There's no spiritual hidden meaning about suffering, and then you get the blessing on the other side. No, there's definitely an opportunity coming. It's knocking. I actually feel like it's been knocking. Okay, because this card comes up. It speaks to me very clearly. You already know what this is. You've identified it very early on. That first thing that came to mind when I started talking about trust the niggle, what is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? You identified it immediately, pile one. And it's time to address that. For some of you, it is literally the decision to let it go. Okay, to let it not be an issue anymore. For some of you, I'm hearing that hemming and hawing, okay, in your mind is just spinning tires. And it's like, that decision doesn't need to be made right now. That might not be you, but it might be someone else in this pile. It very well could be you, but there's definitely an energy where it's like, just keeping this on your mind and letting it come to the surface and then pushing it right back down again. You know, it could literally be coming to the surface to be like, hey, you. This doesn't have to be an issue. This is a non-issue. And that's why I was adamant about this not being negative. I was just like looking at that and I was like, nope, that's not negative. I think it's disguised as negative though, because we're not addressing it. And that the T is, there is a spiritual meaning behind this. It's like, forcing yourself to shy away from it over and over again is creating a spiritual test. You got to get over that, right? You got to be able to face the light. And for some of you, it's seriously as simple as, I literally don't need to address this right now. I don't have all the information. I need to dismiss it from my energy. Some of you could take a very practical approach and write it down and burn it so you don't have to deal with that anymore. There's definitely something that's been put on your path. It's always a test to sort of develop self-awareness, but right now it's just like, you don't need to do it to yourself, okay? And as soon as you could release this energy, I see an opportunity coming in. Sorry. I have to burp. There's always this weird, like, I get into a really comfy channeling place and then it's like almost literally every time there's like a burp that like gets stuck in my stomach and it causes me to think about it the entire time I'm trying to perform this reading, and I wish it would just like come out one end or the other. Yeah, opportunities, lots of colors. Look at this paint palette, right? And then I'm seeing the 10 of Pentacles I just really keep picking up on this paint palette as a rainbow and the 10 of Pentacles as a rainbow. So there's definitely some opportunity coming in. Feels financial in nature, okay? The Black Panther, it definitely says to go into the void to address this, to get to the bottom of it. For some of you, there's something that needs to be done. For others of you, it's very complicated. It's literally that you don't need to address this. It doesn't need to be on your radar anymore. Burn it, let it go, get it out of the body so you're no longer wasting time thinking about it, okay? It's like for some of you, you've been thinking that you're doing a bad habit, and an interesting message, because I don't want to enable anyone, but this is coming through very strongly. It's like you've been thinking about a bad habit of yours, but it's a bad habit. It's not literally a bad habit. Somehow the world has got you into thinking that it's a bad habit or that you need to change it. Maybe in the future, yes. Maybe far into the future, you need to change that. But is that something that you need to do right now? Probably not. Because I feel like if it was, you would know exactly what you need to do and you would cut it away. You would just cut it away and you would not let that bother you. And it's like, let's do that to whatever this niggling feeling is trying to tell you. I think it's literally trying to put you into your authentic power, okay? A place of self-confidence. Because, you know, the lions, they talk a lot about self-confidence, especially the sacral chakra and the solar plexus chakras. This could be about someone you're in a relationship with, you know, thinking, you know, that something needs to change, but it could literally be that it is you and your perception of what a relationship should look like that actually needs to change. So there's nothing wrong with that other party, but we keep like projecting this energy on it, this unknown, not decided energy on it. And it's like, it's taken energy. It's taking it from us. I gotta stop that, pile one. You know, my thing that I do on this channel, I want to put you in your power, okay? I want to put you in your power because not only does inspire other people around you to step into your power, but it makes us win in the battle against good and evil. Okay? And so that's definitely something that I am on this earth to do, is to bring a lot of light and self-awareness. Because when you're self-aware, it's my mantra on this channel, it's a superpower. No one can deceive you. But there are definitely paths. There's definitely things that have been put in our path from time to time that feel like tests and hurdles. Those are literally, in a slanted perspective, just opportunities for you to enable yourself to see yourself more clearly, to see yourself as more authentic and divine. Okay. So yeah, there's definitely some opportunity coming for you guys. It's a big one. It's kind of unknowable. I know I'm probably going to be annoying to spirit. I'm going to reach for a message from the void. Just because I see that Black Panther and so much black energy. I'm not going to take anything that comes out, though. I wanted to give this a good shuffle. So I'm going to put all of you back in. And I'm just going to dig way down in here and grab one. I feel you. It's only this one. What does this say? Your soul craves rest. All in caps. Huge, huge letters. Okay. Your soul craves rest. And maybe some of you guys have been pushing too hard. That's why we do have that card of endurance out. And, you know, the Ten of Pentacles, at the end of life, with his entire lifetime of experience at hand, a life's work is coming through. Time to get off the treadmill is also coming through. I did make a comment about your health, okay, and the things that you put in your body. So I do feel like some of you could be very tired. We have strength and endurance. And I feel like you're on the edge of a burnout, and we want to prevent that. We want to prevent you from burning out, pile one. And I think that sometimes, that makes perfect sense. You guys are always stuck on, the extreme. It's gas pedal or brake, okay? Gas pedal, masculine energy, feminine energy, brake. So it's just so beautiful and uncanny to have the female figure with a lion, and her approach is literally feminine in nature. Divine female is receptive. She's very gentle. And then the masculine over here is brute force. And he's like, obviously got the lion in the chokehold. Hate to see that, poor lion. But there's definitely something about A and B and black and white. And there's definitely the nuance in between that we got to reach for. Okay, pile one. I think right now your soul craves rest. I think sometimes you struggle with periods of inactivity. And you might stress about relaxing, right? And that is unfortunately, or humorously, how ironic the universe works. Such that, in the same lens, if you're going after something, the less you want it, the more attractive you become, right? Because if you think about it in an esoteric sense, when you're just constantly desiring it, you're sending out bursts of energy that says, I don't have it, I don't have it, I don't have it, right? Because if you had it, you wouldn't be sending out that energy. And so that vibration is very, very different than the vibration of that getting that desire. Instead of not necessarily desiring it, right? Okay, so if this was love, for example, if you're not really looking for it, that's when it comes into our lives. You hear that all the time. It is a cliche. However, in an esoteric sense, that's how energy works. When you don't really desire it, you're not sending out anything negative. It's kind of a lot closer to the vibration of having that than the vibration of not, The slant of that is need. Tells yourself subconsciously, don't have it, I don't have it, I don't have it. So I feel like money is on the way. Finances, career opportunities, doors are opening, lots on the way. But there's something about the soul, okay? All this dark blackness, it really wants you to rest right now. Your soul craves rest, okay? Very curious word choice here. The soul, right? And craves. Okay, so there's definitely something about sitting a beat. And, I feel like I got to tell you that time's not running out. You're not going to miss out on opportunities that you're meant to experience. You got a lot to look forward to still in this lifetime. I think gotta get a little quieter for a little bit. Gotta go into the void, maybe. Gotta take your focus off of something, okay? And address this too. Now, I've really ignored all these two cards over here. The Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups definitely talks about a union. And I was talking a lot about masculine and feminine, and then this is a family card as well. So what I feel like is going on here is that there is definitely something about love coming, okay? This is the card where there are two individuals who are exchanging cups with each other. And this is the Ace of Cups, which is the energy of like feeling lovable. I just got a ding off camera. And I feel like for some of you, it's literally a diamond ring. And for others of you, this Ace of Cups says that if you wish to experience great love in this lifetime, you can't want it so much. And instead, if I could give you something practical to do, what you can do is feel worthy of love. Feel worthy of abundance for some of you is coming through. The Ace of Cups, it always says you have to feel worthy of love. Ace of Pentacles, you have to feel worthy of abundance. You got to know your worth. It's the energy of the element in question. Right here, it's the cups. And so self-love is coming through. And I think with this trust the niggling feeling, a caution against burnout, and your soul craves rest, I think it's time to pamper yourself a little bit. Time to go into the womb. The womb is the black space as well. Okay, so for some of you, it's the energy of needing to love yourself. Really, really love yourself. I'm hearing literally like the way you touch yourself is really important too. Like make sure you're not ever picking at your skin. If you want to address something on your body, do one thing at a time. For example, if you want to change your appearance, got to pick one thing, okay? Narrow down what it is you want to do. If it's the face, fine, one thing then. Maybe it's your skin texture, maybe it's your eyebrows, maybe it's the makeup you choose to accentuate the eye or the lip. Got to pick one thing at a time. And the more that you are gentle with yourself and treat yourself with kindness, those are what self-love is what it's about. For example, grooming. Self-grooming is one of the only things that we can do to ourselves that releases, it's not serotonin, it's not oxytocin, and it might be one of those, but if the feel-good chemical is associated with grooming, self-grooming. Okay, so that was a message for someone here, definitely. Now, for others of you, I was getting this as like a diamond ring or a new love is what's coming through. So, oh my goodness, it's already been 26 minutes. Okay, yikes. I feel like that's really too long for a reading. Whatever. I'm still learning, you guys. Okay, so for pile 1, I'm going to do this. And just kind of create some space. Can leave that little guy there. Okay, for pile 1, please. What is this diamond ring Ace of Cups about? Not thinking about you. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm gonna get maybe like 4. Forgive me. I felt that way. Not trying to be perfect. One more. Let's get a white one. Indian hipster. Okay. So what I'm picking up on is kind of the energy of someone from the past. This is the energy of a proposal. I feel like there was you guys were in this flirting stage, and it may have just been a crush, but you knew the other person also had a crush. You just knew it, okay? And for some reason, things didn't work out. It's like one of you removed yourselves from the equation. And not thinking about them has brought them back into your life, for better or for worse. Now, for worse in the sense that, like, you don't want them. For better in the sense that you do want them. I am like really adamant right now about it's not giving you guys toxic positivity. That's a concept that I feel like is becoming a cliche, and in becoming a cliche, it's becoming misinterpreted. The energy I'm trying to illustrate right now, especially because I was so adamant about this not being a negative thing, is that you can't give it too much power. It takes away from your divinity. You got to stay in the energy of knowing that you always have choice. You have free will. It is a natural law of this universe, and nothing can take that away from you. And if you have free will, you can change your lot in life instantaneously. So I just needed to explain that to you guys. That's not toxic positivity. It's a little bit more self-aware understanding about our experience here on Earth as souls. Okay, but I was, I'm going a little bit off track. This person that I'm picking up on, not thinking about you, I literally wrote a song, and this is what the title is called. Oh, wow, that's really weird. One of my early lyrics was, it was the night of the first snow over San Antonio, which is the mountain I live by. And it literally snowed for the first time, and I saw it for the first time this morning. That's curious. So it's the energy of you giving something. Oh my God, there's snow right here. Wow, snow, freshness, newness makes me think of the mountaintop with a hermit. So there's definitely some of you needing to really heed this lesson of taking a break. Okay, getting off that treadmill. It's a life's work. Now back to this message. I feel like I keep skirting around it because it's really only for a couple of us in this reading. But this person's not trying to be perfect anymore. They used to have a really hard exterior. So they looked unapproachable, but perfect. Very, very beautiful. You had a very lusty attraction to this individual. But there was something that was not finished in both of you, or just you guys were not in the right energy, right? One of you was totally this energy, and the other was totally this energy. And as a result, you kind of were opposite. I'm not looking for the same things at the very least. And I feel like this person's coming back with an offer. There's definitely a message coming through. You're going to receive a message, pile one, about a crush or a fling in the past. And if this is not a message, this is direct contact. Like a talking incident. A talking incident, Zach, come on. There is this occasion I'm seeing where there's a meeting of sorts. You run into each other, and it's unavoidable. Not in a negative sense, just it happens, and you're kind of put in the same room at the same time, and you're next to each other. And I feel like there is this moment of forgiveness, and it feels like both of you could benefit from a little bit of self-love and forgiving yourselves. And I think that for some of you, this is going to be a rekindling, because I'm seeing this as an extension, and that's a diamond ring or an invitation or a union, like the card says. Someone's definitely coming back into your life. I think that this person, could live an alternative lifestyle. Is coming through. Really like indie records too. I think there's something to do with your age difference too. There's something very different about you guys. Connected though, at the sacral chakra, which is not a bad thing. Just, I think in the beginning it was just lust that drew you together, but there's something deeper. With the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups together, that's really beautiful, because it brings me to Three of Cups, which is joy, and 3 is a number of love to me as well, and conception. And so I feel like you guys, could be bringing something together. Something happens at this union when you guys are brought together. Again, this is someone that things didn't work out. There was definitely a mutual crush at first. Again, the other party might not have known about it, but you just knew that they had feelings towards you as well. We just lacked the conviction to be able to express that to one another. There was a parting. There's definitely this parting, and now we're coming back together. And that's what I see for you guys in this reading. And I really do think that these are all the messages that I have for you. This reading was a little bit longer. Oops, 33 minutes. Okay. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm sending you guys, no matter what day of the week it is, beautiful, fun Friday energy, magical Friday energy. I randomly do readings sometimes on Fridays, and it's always filled with the most beautiful energy, and I'm extending that to you guys. So I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are in the world. I do take private clients if you'd like to have a private psychic reading. You can do something over the phone with me, so real time, or you can book like a style reading like this. I think that my blind readings have been the most popular yet. Now, those are my parting words, so until next time, stay divine. What's going on, Pile 2? I hope you guys are doing so well today. Today is Friday. It might not be Friday where you are, but today is Friday, which means that I get to send you the most luxurious, the funnest, the most upbeat, energetic, loving energy from Friday. I just love Friday, you guys. So a little bit different today. I've gone ahead and drawn all the cards in advance. I don't know what they are. We're going to look at them together and figure out what comes through. This first card, acquisition. Cool. Love it. The heart is really popping. Makes me think of my birthday, Valentine's Day. Let's do the tarot last. Winter solstice with reflection. Ooh, no. Wait, postpone, pause, and say no. Wow, pile 1 had a lot of synchronicity between these two cards as well. Wow, just as synchronistic. And look at these. They're both blue. Lots of different shades of blue, both of them. And they both say pause to me, right? Wow. There's that guy. Your animal spirit guide is the turkey. Wow, the giveaway. Curious. Okay. Your energy is opposition or balance. Let's read them. Relates, mirrors, interacts, confronts, makes conscious, manifests, disciplines, conflicts with, tests, objectifies, calls out. Curious. For some reason, and I just I can't separate myself from art direction. It's just my passion. Some of these words are not supposed to be on this card. Conflicts with doesn't make a bit of sense to me. That's what's popping the most out of all of that is me being like, why? What? Come on, have someone. Never mind. Sorry, I am very frank when it comes to art, because I've spent $200,000 on my career, so I have a lot to say about art. Anyways. You have, oh, wow, Knight of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles. Curious, because, again, pile 1, these two cards are the same suit. And then you have, whoa, wow, the 7 of Cups with the World. Okay, I'd love to see you guys got a major arcana card. What's curious to me is the shape is very similar to right here, okay? Very interesting. So let's start first with what's going on over here. Okay, before that, what I'm hearing is gifts, okay? You have the Ace of Pentacles, which is luck. You have the turkey, which talks about giveaway or gifts, okay? And you also have the 7 of Cups with the World. It makes me think of the more positive nature of the 7 of Cups, which means lots of opportunities. And then you also have acquisition, so acquiring something with the sun in Taurus. Taurus all about luxury, wealth in the body, and, grounded nature as well. So very curious to see where your reading is going, because what's interesting is, look, it starts over here. Lots of blue, and actually I think the turkey's blue head going on right here and all the blue going on right here. You have a lot of blue in your reading right now, which makes me feel like your aura is presently blue. Blue is the throat chakra, and the throat chakra has to do with owning your perception of the world, owning your belief system, walking the walk, talking the talk. We'll go down that road later. It's not popping so much to me anymore. But so the no with the most incredible lightning. Okay, so there's something we're asking you to sit a beat. Okay? There's definitely something on its way. Okay? You have patience coming through as well. Okay, so we have patience, postpone, pause, wait, reflection. Okay? Now, I feel like there is a lot of magic in these cards. There's a lot of magic. There's definitely something that the universe is presenting to you. And I'm hearing as well, it's like twice. Yeah, it's like two. Oh, there's a two up there as well. You have a lot to be grateful for in your life right now. There's a lot that you could express gratitude for. In addition, there is more coming. There's a lot basically, is what I see for pile 2. So right now, pause, reflection, winter solstice. Okay, winter is the next month, and I feel like this period, it's going to be, I will never pin down time because everyone has their own way of navigating life. Some of us are very masculine driven. Some of us are more female receptive. And so your approach to your reaction to this reading is going to be different. So time is not something a general reading can illustrate for us. We're not going to bring timelines into light, but what I can sense energetically, okay, if you will, the next season of your life, the next cycle, definitely cycle and seasons going on with the Pentacles, months is coming through as well. Right now, we don't want to move forward. We don't want to rush. We kind of actually want to stall, is what I just heard. Okay? Because we need to think about something. And it needs to marinate. It needs to be digested. Now, this isn't something that I'm actually seeing going all over the entire reading. It's just this first energy that I'm picking up on right here. There's definitely a lot of blue. So it's like something to do with communication, the throat chakra, something to do with self-expression. There's some illumination that's coming. And this could also be something recently came to light. It could have to do with your career, okay? Because the lightning to me sparks an epiphany. And I just feel like right now I'm being pulled to the opposition, the balance card. Okay, and what I'm feeling like, there's a lot of symmetry and beauty and seemingly opposing weights going on right here, but everything is in balance. Working in seasons is coming through as well. A life's work is coming through as well. We're approaching a period of the year where it's all about kind of resting, assimilating, digesting. Kind of right now, the energy that we're looking at is reflection, certainly. So we need to reflect on everything that, A, we should be grateful for. That's really coming through. There's a lot of abundance in your future, pile 2. But B, reflecting on everything that we were able to grow this year. Because I feel with the World card here, you guys have completed some major cycle, leaving you on an up. And before you go, pile 2, right now, there are some things that we need to realize because they're going to be super empowering. Those are some of the gifts that are coming through. There's some things that we're taking for granted that we achieved this year that we really need to sort of look at. Because you're about to be presented with a lot of opportunities, a lot of abundance, a lot of opportunities and room for growth because you've been so patient. But before that, we don't want you to have to re-enter some cycle. And what I think is coming through is that there's something you must realize first. It might have to do with your power. It might have to do with what you were able to achieve this year. You definitely did something this year. I don't know if you guys are people who regularly set New Year's resolutions, but that's what's coming through. It's like you thought of something in your mind and you wanted to experience that. And you did. But for some reason you didn't recognize it. And that's all it is. It's there's something that has to be recognized because you've done it very well. And what I'm hearing is that realizing this it's a tool you need in the future. You need this something. It could be patience that you guys have developed. It's going to be something very different for each of us. There's definitely something that you've done very, very, very well, but it's a tool you need in the future. And it's almost like you're taking it for granted now. It's like it's in your toolbox and now, you wanted to put it in that toolbox for a long time, but it wasn't something that you were comfortable doing, using, expressing, being. It's a certain way of being. It could be a lifestyle change, something you've always wanted. You achieved it in the last year, and it was a slow grow or a slow burn. And we just want you to remember that because it's going to be needed in the future. You need this again. And we just want you to have a little bit more realization of how powerful you are as a creative being. So you can tap into that and take less time in the future to achieve that again. So there's the first energy, the first message that's coming through, a period of reflection. So I would just sit down and I'm just seeing you guys journal. Actually, I'm just hearing for some of you to read back old manifestation journals. Read back some manifestation journals that you guys did because you were able to achieve something. It's going to shock you. It's going to be illuminating. There's definitely you guys literally did something that you wrote down at one point as a wish or a dream. And you've already done it. It's in your wheelhouse now. It's it's a skill is what's coming through, a talent of yours. And you always wanted to do this or be really, really good at it. And I'm hearing, because we have so much emphasis on your blue aura and the throat chakra, it's something you're going to teach in the future or you're going to have to speak about it again. It has something is really important. And yeah, that's the first message coming through, this concept of recognizing that you really can make big changes in your life within a year. Within a year. So that's the first thing. Definitely try to get to the bottom of that, each of us in pile 2. Now, with acquisition, and then I have it over top the turkey. And 31 breaks down to a 4. And the turkey talks about giveaway, a generosity of spirit, but also receiving, so gifts, and acquiring something. Now, I feel with Sun and Taurus and gifts, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles, there's something there's something that's balancing out. I think you have been putting in a remarkable amount of work. It's about to be received. The last reading I did, I was talking a lot about compensation or reward or consequence is another really good word for something due for a lot of effort that was put in. And we're now about to experience the flip side of the coin. Haha. Sorry. And so I feel like it's an earthly thing. I don't actually get relationship because even this cup card right here, it's curious. There are some of these tarot cards that I, again, from an art direction point of view, I feel like is a little bit slightly off, right? This to me does not talk at all about what the cups talk about. The cups to me talk about, okay, I guess dreams, but it's more like psychic energy and emotions and what's it called? What's the word that I'm blanking on? Relationships, right? And I don't feel like that Seven of Cups does. Anyways, so I don't feel like it's love. I feel like it's money, and it's definitely material if it's not money. So this could be a gift, okay? And it could be as big as, like I'm hearing like a new car, or it could be just an inheritance is coming through, but just it's big. It's due, right? I feel like I see you moving into the spotlight, is what I just heard. And you're going to be in a position where you have more than you've ever had before. And it's here to balance things out. Maybe you guys have just, not experienced plenty before in your life. The turkey can also talk about a time of plenty. And with the Knight of Pentacles, this has been a slow grow. You've developed a lot of patience, but there is the most beautiful, fertile foundation or soil. And I'm going on another track now where you have cultivated this soil and have nourished it so that when you plant these new seeds of intention in them, it's really going to bring about your manifestation. Some of you in here are very, very much master manifestors. You have a really strong ability to call down a desire and to plant it in the physical and then experience it on the physical realm. So pile 2 has been developing something. I really do think it's a skill set. It could be improving your finances for sure. Definitely hold on to the vibration of valuing money or valuing recognition or valuing talent. And definitely hold on to the concept of self-worth and know your worth and know that you are deserving. It's bringing about some really grand opportunity. It really doesn't feel small because the other cards that I'm really focusing on, because you're definitely acquiring something, it's like what you've wished for. To have the Seven of Cups, your dreams, longings, beliefs, really grandiose dreams, to be crossed by the world, to me says limitless possibilities. A lot is on the way for you, pile 2. Now, what's very curious is your reading is about half as long as pile 1. So I do feel like all the messages came out. There was a few of them. I want to go ahead and draw some tiny messages. Oh wow, the word manifests is right there in the opposition and balance card. Getting credit where credit is due. That's a lot. Let's do it. Okay. Maybe we shift some of these cards though. I'm going to put you over there. Okay. So, fierce. Oh wow. Signature. Coming soon. It is absolutely coming soon. Make believe. Silver. Hollywood. Spotlight. There's that spotlight. Party. Yeah, there's definitely a cause for celebration. Available. Spend life happy. Ride. The Virtuoso. Yeah, cool. That's a really good one. Dark. And Coachella. Two kind of vibes like that. Okay. So what I'm picking up on the most is the Virtuoso. There's definitely something you guys have done. The Virtuoso is someone who's really talented, kind of like the cream at the top. The best in the lot. Kind of like the A+ student. And it definitely has to do with a talent or a skill. And we do have the Knight of Pentacles plus the Ace of Pentacles. And it feels like something that you do. Something that you do, a skill of yours, you know what it is because it's the one that makes you the most excited for the future. It's the one that lies closest to your heart. It's the one that you actually genuinely have been working on this year, even if it feels like it might not be what your focus was. It's the one that you have a really strong connection with in the heart. It's like the closest to your soul's kind of blueprint. What makes you dance really uplifts you. Gets you excited about the future is what's coming through again. Now, I do believe that this is coming soon, but there is this moment over here. We don't want to ignore it. It's not going to prevent this next chapter from unfolding, but it's like here's the cake, but here's the filling, right? Here's the cake. It's got icing, it's got candles, it's a chocolate cake, but here's the surprise raspberry filling that would make that cake even better, even more luxurious and sumptuous, right? Taurus energy. So we don't want to skip out on the nice raspberry filling for that chocolate cake you guys are about to get. Signature with Virtuoso, your unique spin on this ability and talent. Fierce. That super, super well describes you, is what I'm hearing. There's a new road opening with Ride. I'm hearing Lana Del Rey's song. Such a good one. Oh, it actually starts off as I was in the winter of my life, and the men I met along the road were my only true source of happiness. Maybe that song's really, really important to you guys. Yeah, there's a depth to you guys. Available, party, Hollywood, Coachella. Spend life happy is popping next, kind of as one main energy. This is something to look forward to. It does feel like a celebration of sorts, a party, recognition. Feels like going somewhere, like perhaps an invitation to go somewhere. You're going to be around people who really uplift you. You're about to be in an entirely different arena. I'm seeing this as an arena. And it's due. It's really due. It's what is causing this balance and this opposition. Because we have Turkey with giveaway and the energy illustrated here, it's what balances the scale. You know, it's the consequence of doing your due diligence. It's the consequence of patience is going to be reward. Silver. Silver with that mirror right there is popping. I do keep hearing second best. And maybe that's what you're escaping, that mentality of always being second best. Because with the virtuoso, it's better than gold, right? You're like the epitome of that individual in that field, is what that means. I think that these are all the messages. This is for pile 2. You guys, I really hope you enjoyed your reading. And again, I'm sending you the most incredible Friday energy. I do book private clients, so if you'd like to book a private psychic reading, you can find that information down below. You can book me over the phone, real time, I think in like 15, 30 minute, 45 minute segments. I think my most popular reading these days is actually my blind reading. You'll get a video much like this if you choose video or text or audio based. You can find all sorts of different readings down below. And you know what, pile 2, I really hope you have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are in the world. And until next time, stay divine. What's up, pile 3? I hope you guys are having the best day, the best night, wherever you guys are. Today's going to be a little bit different. I have all of the cards already drawn. I haven't taken a look at them yet. We're going to take a look at them together. So let's just begin. You have Iceberg with Submerged. I always relate this to like a talent. We'll see if that's what this is about today. And the crumbling, what are you clinging on to? Ooh, okay. Now we have Uranus with revolution. Okay, so two concepts coming through with the lightning striking atop of a tower. Let's just read these. Breakthroughs, brainstorming, originality, insight, awakening, technology, innovation, humanitarianism, reform, surprise, freedom, experimentation, the unexpected, rupture, edge, diversity, lightning. Lightning strikes an epiphany. Okay, so let's look at you. Order. Okay, we have the moon in Virgo. Okay. We'll do the tarot last. Ooh, you have the frog. The frog is clairvoyance, but also cleansing. Okay. We'll keep those there. Let's do you guys. Wow! That's so weird. All three piles, these two cards from my Nordic deck, have been in the same suit. Okay, so your guys, it seems to be about the mind. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords, Eight of Swords. Curious. Something restricting. Okay, there's definitely something restricting right now. And we want it to break open, right? Now we also, Eight of Cups with the Two of Swords. Okay. Okay. Let's start with the iceberg submerged. Okay. I do feel kind of more drawn over here, but I really want to just, start with, the little less tangible. So submerged, something under the surface. We're definitely talking about the subconscious. Okay. And darkness too. Now, awakening is popping for sure, especially because we have the frog. I feel like there is kind of like a psychic message in here. And I definitely have to make sure that you guys know how to cleanse yourself. You know what? And I don't have it on the table today. For the last two readings, I've been going off about how selenite, the selenite that everyone in the spiritual community thinks is selenite, is fake. Because it is. It's eulexite. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a jump cut. So give me 2 seconds. All right, you guys. So I have been going off about this. This is what everyone would call selenite. It's not selenite. This is not selenite. It's eulexite. This is actual selenite. You can notice a difference just by holding it. I'm talking about the vibration. Obviously, there's like a visible difference. But with that message of the frog, it's so important to make sure that if you're a sensitive, an extra sensitive, certainly an empathic, and certainly a psychic, it's really important to make sure that you have proper equipment to protect and cleanse yourself, okay? So I definitely splurged a little bit on this gorgeous piece. This is actually golden fishtail selenite. And it's so beautiful. So I strongly urge you guys who feel more psychically inclined, because we've got a lot going on with the mind here. Okay, I'll put these away. Hey, maybe I'll just leave one of these on the table. The good guy. What does that look like? Oh, it's okay. It's probably good enough. Let me just move that off the table. Okay, so it's really important, you guys, to make sure that if you're grounding and protecting yourself, you're using equipment like crystals to actually have the ones that really do work. Okay, so especially because the frog comes out and it talks about cleansing, and I use this selenite to cleanse my bed space, but also jewelry. Okay, selenite is self-cleansing. Okay, so submerged, the subconscious, 90% of our consciousness is subconsciousness, so darkness, okay? So I'm getting this concept between demons and angels, okay? And not to make anyone afraid, certainly not, but, darkness is definitely subconscious. And there's something about the subconscious needing to be reprogrammed, because we have the Eight of Swords. Okay, this Knight of Swords literally wants to come in like this lightning. The Knight of Swords is usually depicted as a knight rushing through, hellbent for election on his horse against the wind. And it really is about the energy of the card, which is to really shake things up, right? Which is very similar to a revolution and breakthroughs and surprise and freedom, which are popping with that Uranus card. And so the mind, this Eight of Swords, it's self-restricted, okay? 2 8s in your readings, which talks about mastery, and my throat just closed on that one. So I got some masters in this reading. Definitely got some clairvoyance or some psychics in here. So just up your protection is the first message. There's something in the subconscious though. Okay. And I'm now being drawn to this crumbling. What are you clinging on to? What are you clinging on to? Some structure, something, and I know like we don't ever want to, it's not the funnest thing to be called out. This card definitely gives me a little bit of calling out energy, but it's always to bring illumination. So there's definitely something about our mind or our perception of a situation that's getting us trapped, and it's about subconscious programming. So there's something that we do out of habit. There's something that we just believe in because of pattern and familiarness that is keeping us restricted. It's keeping us from accessing something more grand and something much deeper. Okay, so I'm seeing an ocean, and the horizon line talks about infinity. Okay, and I saw that image, but now as I look down, the horizon line is actually set on all of these cards. You can see it. Right here, the horizon line is obstructed by these, what's this called? What? A grotto. It's a grotto. And there's, an island or some landscape on the horizon there. And then there's a horizon line there. So none of them actually gives us the expansiveness, right, of an actual horizon line set at infinity, where the ocean just goes on forever. And because I saw the ocean and then I looked down and saw that all of our actual horizon lines are very much short, so we don't have a lot. There's definitely not access to infinity, intelligent infinity. We have, land obscuring, something in the way, right? And so that's the energy of this, you guys. What are we clinging on to? It's the crumbling. Something needs to be broken down, which allows for expansion. There's something really, really synchronistic and uncanny about getting that vision of the horizon and then looking down at the cards and suddenly seeing that none of us are accessing that infinity. So, lumping myself in this group too. We'll figure out what seems to be going on. So I'm picking up next on the frog. They're clairvoyant, and I'm seeing like the little bit of water that's on beside that frog, just a little bit of water. So frogs are super sensitive to water. They breathe through their skin, and I'm sensing that you guys are also sensitive like that, very sensitive. And I'm sensing that some of you also identify as clairvoyants. Hey! So what I'm picking up on is we got to jump to another lily pad, okay? Because the Eight of Cups talks about leaving behind something very passionate. This could be talking about a relationship. I don't necessarily think that it is. It's not, no. We're drawing a lot more attention to our mind. A lot of attention on the mind, okay? And I actually think it's about psychic sensing, because we have 2 hits on lightning, we have the clairvoyant frog, and we have 2 moons. So a lot to do with water, a lot to do with psychic sensing. We got to break through something, pile 3. There's definitely something that's holding us back. What are we clinging on to? What are we clinging on to, Spirit? Order and stability. Oh, look, we have the moon right there again. The moon in Virgo. Order and stability. I keep drawing a parallel. I just can't get beyond it. I keep drawing a parallel between all the ordered flowers here and all of the ordered flowers here as well. I actually don't know. I don't know that it's order that's holding us back. And familiarity. I don't know that that's what's holding us back, because the tower parting ways, the tower opening reveals that great expanse of order and more beauty. So we're in the dark about something. And we're kind of like, we're in the dark, and although there are some roses down here, they're not nearly in full bloom, and they're gray. What an odd color for a rose. And so it's almost like we think that this is the best. This is the most... No. Okay, so the message is that there's someone in here, and there could be multiples, where your ability is... I'm literally hearing yourself laugh at yourself from the future. You think you've tapped into it, you haven't cracked the surface. Okay? I think you're on the eve of a huge breakthrough, especially if you're someone who already works spiritually, if you consider yourself a light worker, if you're an Aquarius as well, because some Unitarianism is popping. So you're on the eve of a breakthrough where it feels like your talents go from 0 to 60. And I think it's going to be very spontaneous. And I think it's going to set you on a different path as well. I think you've been confused about going in a different direction. At the least, you've been hemming and hawing. Definitely trying to weigh up your options. And I think that... we got a blindfold over the third eye, but over the eyes. Our psychic ability is blocked. Or it's just we literally haven't tapped into it. I think that we've only been very, very superficial, right at the surface, right? And we're picking up on everything that we can see on the surface, yet the roots of these plants are like 10 times bigger than the plant that you see above the surface. And so I feel like what's coming through is same concept as illustrated with an iceberg. You only see a tiny, tiny bit of the iceberg. Like 90% of that's below the water, just like with the subconscious too. And it feels like that depth of subconscious, we kind of want to dive really deeply like this frog. We want to dive to the depths of our subconscious because there's some truth there, some epiphany, some awakening, and I think that some of us are awakening right now. I'm picking up on this crumbling, what are you clinging on to, as energy that's kind of past. I'm picking up on it as not a prediction. It's an energy of a revelation, an energy of what's presently happening. This is what you're in the middle of right now. So you are seeing some progress. But you haven't passed into this land right here. You haven't gone into the beyond. You're definitely getting downloads as you sleep. You're definitely going through an awakening of sorts. And the mind, we want it to go further than you've ever gone before. So there's something about going beyond the pale. Going beyond what you have currently made in your mind out to be the farthest you've gone, the highest pinnacle you could possibly reach with this ability of yours. I'm just hearing that it's not. And it's what are we leaving behind? We're leaving behind what we're clinging on to. I'm hearing flying by the seat of your pants. I think that pile 3 is on the eve of some major revelation. It could be an epiphany. It could be an opportunity that's coming through too. Some element of surprise. You didn't see it coming. You didn't see it coming. We don't see the head there. This figure's eyes are closed. And we have the blindfold over the eyes here. And there's no figure in the Eight of Swords. So every figure that's illustrated as human has the eyes closed, blinded, or turned away. We can't see something. We're not seeing something. Your aura is purple and blue. Your aura is purple and blue. Access to psychic ability, someone more spiritually advanced and developed. If I do get for some of you, I want to go further though. I get for some of you that you haven't accessed the real extent of what your abilities are. You just haven't yet. Yeah, you're just scratching the surface. Keep going. Keep going deeper than you have and you're going to be able to scale new heights by getting grounded, but also really protecting yourself. Having the proper equipment and confidence to go where you haven't gone before. I just keep hearing in the beyond is coming through. But still, the element of the mind and not seeing something. So when we can't see it, we have to get out of our current perspective. Okay? So we might use certain plant medicines, i.e. marijuana, to have a spiritual experience. Or ayahuasca or anything of that nature. I see poppies. Not suggesting anything, YouTube, don't come for me. Or I'll come for you. Just kidding. So we got to get out of the mind somehow in order to see this. So for some of us, that's kind of the energy of getting really grounded and quiet, to let the dust settle or the confusion. I'm getting not that. I'm getting either, with the Two of Swords, I always say write down a physical pro and con list. Okay, a physical pro and con list. You're going to be able to see, before you even finish that list, you're going to know what direction to go in, yes or no. You're going to be able to know that. And that's going to help you see, because we can't see something. We don't have the pentacles, which makes me feel like we need to get grounded, and there are no wands, which makes me think that this is about something spiritual. Curious. Let's see if I can go any deeper. It will take me a couple seconds, you guys. Lots of purple, lots of third eye references. Yeah, 38 breaks down to an 11, which is a master number. I'm just hearing that there's so much more to know, so much more to learn, so much more to grow. There is an element of the mind coming through. The Eight of Swords, I haven't talked about it enough. It's self-imposed. Something is restricting us. It could be comfort. Again, I said that. Do I want to go with... I really don't. I really don't want to draw any more cards. But you know what I can do? I'm going to draw perhaps a tiny message. I'm going to give this a really good shuffle. Go way underneath and find the right one or two. This is for the Eight of Swords, please. Faster. Frontier. Frontier. The beyond, where you haven't been before. That horizon line. Faster. Progress. Getting the job done faster. Getting from A to B faster. Getting into the headspace to perform psychic readings faster. Frontier, though, it's unexplored. You've never been there before. Pile 3 is going somewhere they've never been before and need to carry with them dead frogs as protection. Selenite, black tourmaline, anything that they use for protection. You guys are going somewhere spiritually. You're going to test your limits. There's something about testing your limits. It's a very interesting energy. It's like... It feels, I'm trying to choose my words carefully. I don't want to scare anyone. It seems frightening, but only because it's exciting. There's definitely some element of surprise and freedom that's really coming to the table. Some element of like really going for it or seeing something you never thought you'd see. Experiencing something you've never thought you'd experience. Oh my God, frogs eat the flies. And it's facing the fly. The frog eats the fly. I gotta say, I think that flies have to do with darkness. The devil. Just the concept of the devil, not the real thing. Work with me. The frog is the clairvoyant, but the cleanser. I don't know that you guys are people who are meant to get rid of demonic entities. I don't know why that's coming through. I really don't. But I feel like there is something you have not tapped into yet. There is some power of yours that you don't know about. It's dormant. And it's breaking to the surface. I just had that candle pop. You have something to you. Whoa, that's what I'm hearing. Your mind is being freed, okay? Because you're developing emotionally. You got things in order. You got your proper protection. You're letting go of past limitations and fears, anything that restricted you. You're able to navigate that. And as a result, you're obviously going to have the consequence of doing that work. Meaning, you're going to gain something from doing that. And what I think you're gaining is something that's been submerged. Something that's been dormant. I think it's an ability. A breakthrough. I'm hearing you're inventing something. I'm hearing that, what it sounds like is a new way to talk to spirits. A way that's never been approached before. You're approaching some line that's never been touched before. That's why every horizon line, I just got chills. That's why every horizon line is now set not at infinity. You're going and will reach what has never been reached before. That's why I have the horizon line visible. There is nothing about infinity here. There's nothing you can't do, is a translation. You are going to touch something and bring something to light that no one has ever done before. That's why we have Uranus, revolution, originality, the edge. Oh, that's why I kept saying the edge. You are pioneering something in the spiritual realm. Okay? What I just saw and felt was very queer. It was you literally stepping into another realm and stepping out of it as easily as you would step across a sidewalk on the road. Faster keeps really popping to me. Faster meaning more efficient. And with ease. And just, if I could just simplify that, just better. Getting from A to B. And I did say connecting spiritually more quickly. You guys, such an interesting reading. You're going somewhere never done before, never touched before, and either learning something or making something, gaining something to share with humanity. There's something you're here to do, to share with people. And it's very original, okay? It's very, very... I'm hearing, you guys know that you're special. You guys know that there's something different about you. Sometimes you forget this, but you always come back to knowing this. You know deep within you, you have something to do. It's really important. I'm seeing these shooting stars now. I think that you guys are star seeds. I think that some of you come from different worlds, not in our galaxy. Submerged, really unseen. Here to do some real pioneering work in the spiritual realm. Yeah, my throat just closed. Okay. And that's why we have so many 8s. And 2 8s and then 11. Actually, which leaves the last 2 cards to be the 6 and the 2, which is another 8. Which would be 3 8s. So, you guys, I really hope you enjoyed your reading. I did. Just so you know, I book private clients. You can purchase your own private psychic reading below. I do options over the phone. I think I do 15, 30, and 45 minutes. Or you could book a reading like this with a video, text format, audio format. I think my most popular one is a blind reading these days. Just wanted to let you guys know about that. Hey, I hope you have a great rest of your day or night wherever you are in the world. And until next time, stay divine.